Thank you very much, Eugene, and thank you, everyone. Let me first of all thank ADEA and ALADI for bringing us together. This is special because this is a conversation in Africa, by Africa, about African issues, led by Africa. We need to have more of this kind of conversations. So thank you very much. Yeah. Now, also let me say thank you for inviting the young people. These are testimony. The young people are the testimony of why we're here and why what we are doing is important. So thank you very much for being here. There's a young lady I've followed for many years who was one of the Camfed students from a very poor part of northern Ghana. Her name is Dorcas. And during the time she was in school, she also developed a project for her community. And later she went on, after finishing Camfed, she went on and got a master's degree from Edinburgh. But that organization she started in her community, called ASIGE, is now making a huge difference in her community. So education is a powerful way to enable young people to make a difference, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of their communities, their families, and beyond. So it's so exciting to see that we are all here because we all believe that this is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to do. And for us at the Mastercard Foundation, we believe strongly that this is the right thing to do. And I was pleased to hear the Vice President yesterday say that in order to do better, let's not fight about how we are dividing the pie today. Let us focus on growing the pie. And to grow the pie, we must do more of this. Get more young people beyond basic education into secondary and tertiary so that they can innovate and value add on our primary products so that the pie can grow. And so the work we are doing here is not only social work to get young people into work. For us at the foundation, we see this as direct contribution to Africa's socio-economic transformation. And that is why we are so excited to be part of this journey. Now, we made a choice to focus on secondary and tertiary education, not because we don't believe in primary education or the foundational learning agenda. We believe that that's extremely important. It's a foundation that needs to be built, but it is the foundation, but we have to do more in order to grow the pie. And so our work is complementary to what is already happening at the basic education level, but we see it as a very important part of enabling the continent to move beyond where we are into a future that has prosperity. We focus on education and financial inclusion because we believe that these are important pieces in that journey towards the socio-economic transformation of the continent. Now, let me highlight a few things that we believe in. The first one is we believe very strongly that the most important asset that the continent has is the young people. And so our strategy, Young Africa Works, which we launched about 7 years ago, is looking at how can we enable as many as possible young people in the continent, especially the ones from the most disadvantaged backgrounds, to grow and prosper. Starting from education and skilling, linking them to opportunities, but also doing things on the demand side to open up many more opportunities for young people to access work. Now, thinking about this, only 55% of young people in Africa, or let me say the average gross enrollment ratio in secondary education is 55%. What this means is, on average, out of every 100, we have 45 who are not getting access to secondary. Yeah? But this is an average. What it also means is that there are many more in some countries who are not getting access at all. And so the agenda for access, in as much as we have done a lot and achieved a lot, is still a big agenda. But we must do more to ensure that we accompany young people to dignified and fulfilling work. And so our goal of 30 million young people is not about getting to school only, but it's about accompanying young people, meet them where they are, and enable them to access dignified and fulfilling work. And we said, especially young women, because we know that the playing field is tilted against young women. And we set for ourselves a target of 70% of the young people that we reach to be young women. And we are doing our best. We are right now at around 57% of all the participants in our programs as young women. So more than half are young women, and we are doing more. Thank you. Now, many of you in this room are partners of the Mastercard Foundation, and truly, for this work to be done, we have to work in partnership, public, private, philanthropy, community, to make this happen. And our partnership with under the Leaders in Teaching initiative, which many of you are participating in, our partnership with in the RISE initiative, which is trying to address the issue of those who have fallen off the table out of school, to bring them back into the fold. Our Center for Innovations in Teaching and Learning, which is saying in order for us to get there faster, we need to leverage technology. And so the center is intended to help build the capacity of EdTech entrepreneurs in the countries so that they can support ministries of education to develop solutions that are bespoke to the environment in which they are. Yeah? And then some work around the system strengthening. Now, our work with ALADI, which is it's recent, but it's an innovation on what we are doing. We are saying, yes, it's good to support programs and get young people into work, but we know that we cannot do it all. And so one thing is about capturing the stories of transformation that are happening at the individual level, that are happening at the institution level, at the systems level. And by systems, I mean governance, policy, regulatory regimes, mindsets, access to finance, access to inputs, all those. The things that are the changes that are happening there, what is working and what doesn't work. Capture those stories and then share them as much as possible so that others can learn from them and figure out ways and means to do it by themselves. As the minister from Rwanda said yesterday, we got to do this by ourselves. But sometimes the challenge is knowing what works and what doesn't. And this is what we hope that the work we are doing with ALADI will help bring about, to share these stories as much as possible and be able to inspire others. For us, we also see it as a source of energy to do more. When you do things and you see it's working, it's making a difference, you get inspired, get motivated to do more. You've seen some of those stories today. There will be more coming, as Eugene was saying, and we look forward to working with you and with everyone to do some more of these stories, and hopefully to continue to partner and partner more to make a difference. It can be done, and if we work together, it will happen. Thank you.